Well, we're looking west from downtown, and we can see those clouds racing across the sky, but plenty of sunshine out there today. If you were able to step outside, felt pretty great other than those winds still a little bit strong. And now we're getting into tonight, still seeing these clear conditions and slowly cooling off, getting down into the 50s right now. But as we compare that to the last 24 hours, really not seeing a huge temperature spread. Only dipped down to about that 49-degree mark for our low this morning, and then slowly ramped up, getting up into those mid-60s for a very pleasant day. And like I said, we're cooling off now that we're seeing these nighttime conditions, not seeing any more sunshine coming in. Starting to cool off, going to be getting down into the 40s into these overnight hours. Right now, though, we're at 55 here in San Angelo, 54 rounding out for Sonora, Brady, as well as Ozona. And as we get a look across the entire Concho Valley, that's kind of what we're seeing. 49 there in Wall, as well as Barnhart, where they're seeing our coolest spots, versus 50s for pretty much the rest of the Concho Valley, 57 in Robert Lee, 54, like I said, down there in Ozona, 55 in El Dorado. So we're all feeling pretty nice in these overnight hours and pretty dry as well. As we're looking at these dew points, still only 37 degrees in Junction, 51% humidity versus that 40 up in Robert Lee, and then down to 27 degrees in Ozona, where they're seeing a little bit even drier air. So for all of us seeing pretty dry conditions, not going to be looking too good for those rain chances. As we're looking at the next couple of days, really not looking much better. Seeing a little bit of leftover moisture from that last system. Not going to be pushing any rain into our region, unfortunately. And then some drier air still into that Tuesday time frame. So Monday and Tuesday looking like plenty of sunshine in the 60s and beautiful days to get out there if you're able to. Looking at this upper level pattern, we can see that last trough. They're centered over by Florida. And right now we're looking at some ridging making its way into the Concho Valley for that Monday, Tuesday time frame. But then as we're looking into more Wednesday, Thursday, that's where we have this eye on our trough. That's what was responsible for those atmospheric river-like conditions in California. By the time it gets here into that Wednesday, Thursday time frame, could be bringing enough energy to see a sprinkle or two going into that Wednesday into Wednesday night time frame, but not feeling too confident in it as we're not seeing a ton of moisture in the area. As we're taking a look at the satellite and radar across the nation, still seeing that mess from that system that was responsible for our storms a couple days ago. Here in Texas, though, really not seeing a ton of activity. Just a little bit of cloud cover coming off that system, pretty much dissipating pretty quickly as it makes its way into our area because of these drier dew points and all this drier air that we're seeing. As we're looking at these winds, though, that's what we were noticing today. Starting to die down a little bit out there. 7 miles an hour out of the north in Sonora, 8 miles at Junction, 15 still here in San Angelo, then 18 miles per hour up in Robert Lee. So still seeing some gusty conditions, but those are going to be dying down. We're looking at these into the overnight hours, sitting at about that 15 mile an hour mark, but then by tomorrow, they're coming way down, getting into that 5 to 10 mile an hour mark. Out of the north, it's going to be a beautiful day with plenty of sunshine, and those winds out of the north are just going to feel even more pleasant if you're able to step outside. As we look at tonight, like I said, dipping down into those mid-40s, if not those lower 40s as we're seeing this dry air in place. Just a few clouds out there, but really mostly clear skies, and that's going to stick around tomorrow as well, seeing 61 degrees for that high temperature. Like I said, a beautiful day to get out there if you're able to. But those winds really dying down to that 5 to 10 mile an hour mark, much more pleasant than what we've been seeing these past couple of days. And as we look at that 7-day forecast, that's what we're seeing pretty much all week. We're seeing these very pleasant conditions in a beautiful first full week of the month. It's just that 10% chance of rain on Wednesday as that trough moves through, but other than that, temperatures in the 60s, pushing that 70 degrees by Saturday, and then lows in those 40s, so a beautiful week ahead. That's all for your 7-day forecast, but now we'll head on back to Maya.